Hey everyone, Flying Dutchie here, and welcome to Europa Universalis IV. We are going to play in EU4 Domination, the new DLC that is coming out very soon. We are in patch 1.35, the Ottoman patch over here, and we are going to make a long and new campaign as the Ottomans. So let's start the game here. Let's jump into the game as the Ottomans. But this is going to be called Part 0, because we are going to talk a lot about this new DLC, because a lot of things are going to change. Let me really quickly check my game options over here. A normal historical, that's what I'm going to play on. And let's just start an Iron Man game here, because I want to get some achievements, and I'm going to call this the Ottomans. I did check them out a little bit until 1454. The rest is all new to me. And yeah, this patch is huge, guys. France has some really big changes. Great Britain and England, Russia, Castile. If you want to read this, just pause the video. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, and the Ottomans as well. And let's just start explaining all the new things. And before we do that, we are going to start a new song, because there are some new songs for the Ottomans in the game. And they are called, I think, the Ottoman songs. Let's have a look. Also really nice that they made this menu a bit different. Here, the Ottoman music. So we have Conquest of Constantinople, Redrawing the Map, and Suleiman the Magnificent. And we are, of course, going to run these songs, because they are for the Ottomans. Okay. Let's start with the new Ottoman government type. So we are still the Sultanate, that's still the same, but we have this new decadence thing. And it's a measure of how much power really lies within the hands of your ruler, and how much the current state of our nation is considered as granted. The more decadence your realm has, the more difficult it becomes to maintain the state and keep up with other great powers. So, if it reaches 100, you can see that a bit lower, you get an internal power struggle. And you get this by being at peace. It's horrible. Disloyal janissaries, because we have a new estate, the janissaries. Negative stability, corruption, being over the governing capacity, average subject liberty desire, and average global autonomy. So, and you can decrease it by absolutism and completing estate agendas. But that's it really. At the moment we have the Rise of the Ottomans, and that is a -1 modifier, and that will go away in the next age. So the Age of Discovery, we will have -1, so we will never have any decadence coming for us. But in the next age we need to look out for this. And I think you're gonna get some advices here, but I'm not sure yet, so that's something I need to find out as well. So that is the new government system for the Ottomans. So let's set our rivals actually. England is having a new flag. England is having the real English flag now. If you form the Angevin kingdom, you get the old flag. Maybe I will do a playthrough of England or France later on as well. So who can I rival? Can I rival someone that I'm going to attack so I can get some points? Well, the Mamluks will be attacked later on, so let's just make them their rival. Can we get an alliance? Who do you hate? No one that I like to ally. I would like to ally the French. I think I'm gonna start improving relations there at the start of the game. Let's see. Aragon, Austria, Hungary might be a good one. Karakoyunlu will be attacked. Venice will be attacked. Let's rival Venice. And let's just do Hungary. There we go. Nothing else changed here. Money-wise, nothing changed, I think. Still the same. This is still the same. The Ottoman ideas, maybe they are changed, so let's take a look of the ideas and see if they are good for us. So we have 5% discipline as a tradition. And we have 3 tolerance of heathens, which makes a world conquest run very interesting, because you get less revolts and rebels. Everyone knows that I hate the rebel simulator in this game, so I'm not gonna do that. But with the Ottomans and humanist ideas, it is actually very manageable. So I might take that idea group. We have the Kanunamis, -25 for creation cost, and max promoted cultures +1. We have Ghazi, manpower recovery speed +20%, that would be really good. The Timar system, cavalry compatibility +15. The Law Code of Suleiman, more tax modifier and reform progress growth. -2 unrest, fantastic idea to get world conquest going. Trade efficiency and yearly navy tradition +0.5 and ship cost -10%. And when we do all the thing, we get even more land force limits. So the Ottoman ideas are of course really nice. They are very tolerant, and they have some core creation bonuses, and they have some combat bonuses. So it's a very nice mixed idea group, if you ask me. Now this is the whole new thing. The Ottomans have a huge new mission tree, and I will talk about this at the end of the video. We are gonna click all these things, they are still the same. We can get prestige because Mehmed Osmanoglu is having at least a military skill of 3 or higher. We do the denouncement of sect practices, -1 unrest until he dies, and enforce religious unity. Missionary strength versus heretics, it's fine, we just pick it. Maybe we're not gonna use it, but we will pick it. I will boost my stability, I always do that at the start of the game. I want to go to +1. We could convert this, not sure if I should do that. Another new thing is the slacken the recruiting standards. If you slack your recruiting standards, you lose 1 professionalism immediately, and you will get a modifier. Your manpower recovery speed will go to +100. So we will get, what is it, 556? Yeah, no, 59. I think 550, no, I can't calculate. It doesn't matter, I think it's 556. New manpower each month. But you will lose your army professionalism with -5%. So I guess it will go down with 5% in a whole year. So you just drain your whole army professionalism. But we need to test this out. So this is no longer a click and get manpower button, which is, in my opinion, a really good thing. Do we have any Ottoman? Yeah, we have the Great Turkish Navy. We have a naval force limit modifier, and the ships will be cheaper. I guess we're gonna pick it just for the flavor. I don't think there's anything else changed here. Merchant Navy. I mean, the galley compatibility is really good, because we are going to use a lot of galleys, because this is an inland sea. What else? This is still the same. We have the mysticism and legalism piety things. Don't really care, but we can click a button if we are far in one way. So if I go to legalism, I can lower my corruption with 2, or I'm going to get free manpower if I get mysticism. So when we become very religious, really. And this is very innovative. Let's see, that was done. Let us start with the estates. The estates are changed, and this is going to take a while, because the estate have a lot of changes. At the start of the game I will seize the land, because we can go from 50 to 30. We're not going to summon the diet. Let's just start with the new janissary estate. So the janissaries are a unit that the Ottomans can build. I can show you how. It's still the same, I think. You can conscript janissaries as the Ottoman government. And the more heathen development, the more janissaries we can draw from them. It costs 3 military points per janissary. And there is a limit, and you can see that over here. We can now build 17 of them. And janissaries have some very nice bonuses, as you can see. Fire damage received -10, shock damage received. But they are very expensive when they need to reinforce. And the army drill gain modifier is higher, and assault fort ability is higher. So if you want to assault forts, you could use the janissaries, but it will cost you a lot of money because the reinforced cost is double. So my plan is to use these as a fighting force, and when they are done with fighting, I will put them out of the province and siege it down with my normal forces. That's how I am gonna use the janissaries. Let us build 10 janissaries, by the way. We have a army force limit of 40. Let's just start these in the queue. So we can build 3 here. You can just click the button all the time in the same province for some reason. I don't think that was the case in the previous patch. And there is no downside to this, I think. So, there we go. Now we have fully built our army. It will take some time to reinforce these. But let's go to the janissary estate here and see their privileges. Now this list is pretty big. So let's start on the downside. I think they are more important. The strict Devshirm system. Every heathen province gained the following effect until the end of the game. More manpower and more defensiveness. Can be good. Loyalty to the Sultanate. It has no effect, but they will get a huge loyalty boost and only a little bit of influence. So, of course, we're going to pick this one. This is just to put their loyalty higher over time. It's now going to 72.6 at the moment. We have ensured disciplined training. It only costs a little bit of loyalty, and what do we get? The janissary regiments will get 5% more discipline. Absolutely. Why not? Standardized salaries. Land maintenance modifier minus 5%. Is that for the janissaries only? No, it's for the whole army. That could be really, really strong. They do already have a lot of influence though. But maybe I will pick this one. And there is an event. Janissaries demand pay. Now costs us significantly less. There are some janissary events, so maybe we should pick this one, but let's see what the other ones are. Janissary celibacy. They get only a little bit of loyalty, and we get stability cost modifier minus 10%. There we go. I already raised my stability, and I did not get this modifier. And we get some yearly corruption minus 0.1. I think that's a really good one, so let's pick it. Then we have professional soldiers. They will lose loyalty. Ooh, that's a really annoying one, I think. Let's see, what is it giving me? Regiment drill loss goes slower, and it gets less reinforced cost. It's really good, I have to admit. Maybe. We have the recruitment by merit. We lose crown land, but we can lose 5 before we get penalties. So let's see what we get here. 7% land ownership for the janissaries. Give infantry combat ability 1.4. That doesn't sound good enough. So I'm not gonna pick this one. It's only 1.4% and... no. And Sultan appointed Agas. Same, minus 5 loyalty and plus 5 influence. And we get yearly army tradition and land leader shock plus 1. I think the shock plus 1 is pretty good at the start of the game. But it's the leader shock, it's not the army shock, it's the leader shock. So it's a bit meh then, actually. I think I'm not gonna pick these. I think I'm gonna pick the professional soldiers. And I'm gonna do the standardized salaries. Now you're going to 77. And then I think I'm gonna pick the professional soldiers here. So we have lower reinforced cost. That will help us with the money situation. They will get a high amount of influence. And that is going to be a problem, because the loyalty will never get high enough, I think, when I pick this. Oh, it's only 78, and we are going to 67, so we might be able to do something. Is there anything that gives a bit more loyalty that we can pick? No. I guess I'm gonna keep it like this. And what are their bonuses? Rebel suppression efficiency plus 25% at the moment. We need to see what their next bonus is when we are at 60% loyalty. I don't know that out of my head. Oh, we're going to Dhimmi. We have already guaranteed Dhimmi autonomy. And that means that... well, it's fine actually. It's just giving us plus 5 loyalty and influence, so... we will keep that one on. Let's see what we have for the Dhimmi. There are some new things for all the estates. They are almost all the same. And they are at the bottom over here. So let's take a look at these new ones. The Dhimmi Contribution Act. Enable the estate decision. Impose new religious tax. That is a decision for the estates that show up over here in orange, by the way. And what does it give me? We gain money. They lose 15 loyalty. And every owned heathen province gains the following effects. Exploited community. +1 unrest. I don't think we are going to use this one. I'm not going to get money from the Dhimmi and make them lose their loyalty. I think it's more important that we keep them loyal and get the bonuses. So I'm not going to pick this one. We have the protected Dhimmi communities. It's scaled by religious unity. No, with estate loyalty. Never mind. And we can get free religious unity with this one. They get 10 influence. And then, yeah, that's it actually. And that is actually very helpful because we will go very tolerant to other religions. So maybe I'm going to pick this one and we get the religious unity boost. So we will always be at 100. Promoted nobility from the Dhimmi. We can get an extra leader. But we are going to make other estates very unhappy. Don't think I'm going to pick that one. Then we have the promote Dhimmi education. There is also a other education you can pick and you need to choose which one you want. We get reform progress growth. That is the government reform growth plus 10%. That's actually pretty handy. And it scales with influence. So when they are loyal, we get a 25% reform progress growth. That is actually pretty handy. I'm going to pick this one. But let me check the other education one, because I think when you go to the ulema, there's also an education. I think this one. No, clerical education. I think it's exactly the same. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So which one are we going to make more loyal? Because that one should get the reform. We don't know that yet, so maybe we will keep that one away and choose it when we know which estate is going to be more loyal. I think that's a good idea. Let's see what we have as well. We have grant trading privileges. Another estate decision. We get a skill. We gain a skilled free trader. And he's not even cheaper. So no, we don't want that one. Development of communities. Does not lose crown land share from developing provinces. And every heathen province with a temple or a cathedral gains the following bonus. Development of communities until the end of the game. Minus 5% development cost. Okay. Does not lose crown land share from developing provinces. I think that's fine. Let's pick it. The Dhimmi liberties, we will do this. This is just a flat bonus to make them loyal. We have room for 2 more things, so we need to take a look if we want to pick something that is very important for us. The Dhimmi self-government. Another promoted culture. And it makes tolerance of heathens higher. But it also loses crown land, so maybe not. We can get tolerance of heathens +2. We already have +2, but we can get even more here. Dhimmi landers for governing capacity is still the same. We have the Dhimmi taxes. We can get more taxes from the lands that are not of Muslim faith. That can be really good, and it's only 5 influence. Promote the Dhimmi nobles. No, I don't think I need an extra leader. Do I need this? Manpower from non-Muslim provinces, but it's that 5 thing again. I think I'm gonna go with this one. And let's leave one open for the education thing. Now the merchants, we have the same thing. Promote merchant guilds bookkeeping. We get interest lower, state maintenance minus 25%, and reduce inflation cost minus 50%. That is at 100% loyalty. I think that's very important, so we're gonna do that one. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. Need to click this. Merchant Guild's financial aid. We can get taxation. And we get an estate decision. Merchant Guilds ask for contribution. And we will get what when we do this? Construction goes down and naval maintenance goes down. Meh, I don't really like that one. Merchant Guild's monopoly rights. Another estate decision. Orange decision. We lose 5 prestige, and what do we get? Automatically complete the estate agenda of the merchant guilds if active. Oh. Gonna pick that one. We can automatically complete the merchant agendas with this thing. Grant monopoly charters. Okay, that's very handy. I think we can get this thing for all the estates now. And that would be really handy. But we need to take a look if that is true. Merchant Guild's naval school rights. We get more prestige from naval battles. And we have another estate decision. We gain an admiral of 40 tradition. Can be good actually. It's a free admiral. Naval sailors modifier plus 15%. Not very keen on that one. And what do we get when we do this? Another estate decision. We get 5 carracks. No, we don't need that one. Allow merchant guilds economic freedom. More trade power modifier. And merchant trade power plus 5. When they are 60 or higher. Whoa, that's such a good one. I really want this one. Grant control over the coinage. Another estate decision. Recruit minister. We are gonna get a skill tree master of the mint. No. City expansion privileges. This is the does not lose crownland share of developing provinces again. Province governing cost can be actually good. But it's only for estuary or center of trade provinces. Okay. Let me start at the top, see if we can get something to increase their loyalty. Because we don't have the biggest ones to increase it. Let's see. Free enterprise is needed. Private trade fleets are actually really good as well. We need to give them more loyalty. That's for sure. We can do patrons of the art, but I want to keep my tax income. Because we are very tax heavy at the moment. We can't do this one yet. Well, we can, then we lose a bit of crown land. A bit more trade range and a bit more global trade power, but it's really low at the moment. Commercial advisory board. The advisor cost. Indebted to the merchants. We need to keep a slot open for this. Where are they going now loyalty-wise? They are still not very high. I think I'm gonna pick the private trade fleets. Don't want that one. I do not. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the trade fleet thing. There we go. At least they're going to 48 loyalty. It's very low. It's really hard to get them very loyal at the moment. And we keep a slot open for the loans. The Umaras did the same thing. There should be an estate decision. This one gives a general. This one gives land maintenance modifier. Going down. That's also nice. Right for diet call over here. This automatically complete an estate agenda, so we will pick this one as well. And there we go. Now we have 2 things over here. Grant court positions. Prestige decay. Not a real fan of it. Statesman of the Umara. Skill tree diplomat that is not cheaper. No. Expand the fortifications. Oh, what's this? Forts are getting more defensiveness, but it's such a minor bonus. But the good thing is that we get 10 loyalty, so I think I'm gonna pick this one. Yeah, I'm gonna pick it. Monopolies, I'm not gonna do monopolies. The rights of council to get the loyalty boost. I will do the supremacy of the Sublime Porte. So we get agendas automatically, but it gives loyalty to all my other estates, so we want that one. Aristocratic councillors, that's still the same, I think. The increased levies for the manpower is actually pretty good. I think I'm gonna pick it. And we have the things you normally have. And we have a slot open, and I think I'm gonna keep that one. And now the Umara. Let me pick the ones that I need to pick first. Which is the oversight. That's 5 minus 5. Monopolies, no. No, we want to be tolerant, so we're not going to do this one. Religious diplomats to get more diplomatic reputation. That's new, I think. And opinion of the same religion goes to +10. Can be really good. +1 diplo reputation. Rights of donations. Oh, it's just the tax. This just gives taxes, I think. No, we give the money. Never mind. We can give the money and give them some loyalty. No. Institutionalized ulama or ulama. What is this giving? We are going towards mysticism and we give them influence and loyalty with an estate decision. Okay. Allow religious delegation. This is the one that automatically completes an estate agenda, so we pick that one. Now we have the clerical education. We have the fund theological studies. Recruit minister. Gain a skill tree theologian. And an inquisitor. No. Development of the temples. Every Sunni province with a temple or a cathedral gets -5% local development cost. And it's giving us a lot of loyalty. But they don't lose crown land again. I'm just gonna pick that one. Grant local residence to a scholar. This is about the religious schools. Scholar of religious school of choice becomes a permanent resident of Ottomans. Removing the diplomatic relation required to invite the scholar. And it was a decision that allows you to change the scholar with one from another school every 20 years. Now let's give that a try. There we go. Oh, I have to do this now. Development costs, merchant, legitimacy, shock damage. Let's get the shock damage one. Boom. Establish religious schools. It won't cost any admin power to invite a scholar. Is it now giving me... Yeah, I can remove the 50 admin power for this. How many slots do I have left? I can have one more slot, really. I think I'm gonna pick the religious diplomat. The diplomatic reputation is really good. Clerical Advisory Council can be good. Piety or not piety. We have that one. And at Dwarf Heretic of Heathens we get more morale. Clerical inwards focus. No. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the religious diplomats here. And now we need to make a choice. Which one are we gonna give the school? You're going to 57 and the Dhimmi is going to 76. So we are gonna pick the Dhimmi school thing. Dhimmi education. So we get more reform growth. We will get 25% when they are going to over 60. Oh, there we go. I think we're gonna keep the estates like this, so we have a slot for most of them to do something else. They should all go very loyal, except for the ulama. The ulama is going to 82, going to 58, 76, and 77. Okay. So we have these things now to complete an estate agenda automatically. Hopefully I won't forget. Now we have set up the estates. Now it is time to talk about the new mission tree. This is the last thing I'm going to do in this episode, and then we will start playing in episode 1. The start of the Ottomans is a bit different. We can already finish 2 of the things because we have built up our army. But let's start with the Crescent Fleet. We need 10 galleys, and our total navy size needs to be at 90%, and we get an admiral. And if we do that, then we need 10 light ships to protect trade, and we need to have 20% or more trade power in Halab, Iskandaria, or Ragusa. I think Halab is this one or this one. I think this is Halab. Or in Alexandria or in Ragusa. We can just use our light fleets, our protection, our trade fleet for this and complete it. And when we do this, we get a random province in your home trade node gets the latest trade building and the modifier dominant trade hub until the end of the game. Very, very powerful thing. Now another thing that the Ottomans can do is establish a pasha. You already saw it in this stage screen. You can conscript janissaries and you can assign pasha. Then you get this symbol over here. And when you do this, you will get minus 33% state maintenance, but the local autonomy goes to plus 20, which is not good. The monthly autonomy change goes down though, and the province governing cost goes down, and you have very high tolerance for heathens. So it could actually be a really, really good thing if the local autonomy is not that high. If it's only 10, then it's very acceptable to put pashas everywhere, I think. Because there are only positive things except for the local autonomy. And the good thing about the missions for the Ottomans is that they have this mission over here, where you need to have 50 provinces that are not in the Levantine culture group, and they need to have a pasha. And when you do this, it reduces the minimum local autonomy increase to plus 10 for pashas of provinces which are not of the Levantine culture group. So in all the states that are not the Levantine culture group, we can have only 10 autonomy. So we will get pashas everywhere. Can I just assign pashas? I think almost everywhere, but we will do that later. We have the Aftermath of Varna. We need 2 generals, and it needs to be 1450 or the event, the victory over the Varna Crusade has occurred. And when we do this, we get claims on all of Greece. We have trained the janissaries. We have trained 10 janissary regiments, so we can complete this. And we get 25 years of morale of armies, and the janissaries gain loyalty. I'm gonna pick this, because we're gonna go to war a lot in the next episode. We have refilled the Ortas. We have the army size at least 90%, and what do we get? We get a permanent claim on every Turkish province in Anatolia and Masaryk, so this region. Just click it, and since we have done these 2, we can do the janissary privileges. We have given the janissary some privileges, so we can finish this one off. And what do we get? Ottomans gets janissary loyalty for 100 years. We get more special unit force limit, so we can build even more, and their loyalty goes up, and we get 25 military points. Boom. And we get an extra pop-up over here. Let's see, then we have this. We need to have a military advisor that is skill 2, but I'm not going to do this because we will get Urban from Hungary to our nation, I think. And when we do this, we get cannons, even without military tech needed for cannons. And they don't cost us anything, they have minus 100% artillery cost. So this is a very overpowered thing, and we are going to make use of it. Then we will go to the World of Cities Desire. Constantinople will be our capital, and then we will lose this capital a lot, and then we will just continue Crimean, Destiny over here. We need to make them allied or make them a subject. And they need trust of 60. They can be allied as well. And what do we get when this happens? When they are a subject, we will get an historical friend modifier. And we get cavalry shock until the end of the Crimea. Okay, that's really interesting. Or if we are having an ally, if we make them our ally and we give them some trust of 60, then Crimea will be swayed to sway a vassalage to us during the Succession in the Crimean Khanate event. Now, let's try to get an alliance with them. Start improving. And then we can get them to us, which would be fantastic. Okay. We can also start defeat the Mamluks already. Well, that's gonna happen automatically. Gonna take all that land over there. There's a fireman. Okay. And we have all these things over here. We need to build soldiers' households, barracks and training fields. We need to do agendas. We get so many good things, guys. This is going to be so overpowered. We'll gain 2 admin points when we do this. Build courthouses and stuff. Second Islamic Golden Age. Unified Islam. Holy shit, and Pax Ottomana at the end. Well, this video has been long enough. I hope you are still awake. We have talked about almost everything. The last thing I want to talk about, actually, one more thing that is also part for the Ottomans, is when you go to the covert action, you can now justify an invasion as the Ottomans and make people your Eyalets, which is a vassal form for the Ottomans to other nations. When you have 30 spy network, you can declare war and vassalize the nation. You can do this with nations that are bordering you, and I think they need to border you on a sea tile. Can I do this to Crimea, for example? No. But this sea tile is not counting towards a neighbor. You can only do this to nations that are free, that are bordering you, and that are below 150 development, and then you can vassalize them. And they have some different mechanics, so you cannot just annex them later on. You need to do something else, I think. And they will also not join your wars automatically. You need to ask them. So we're going to do this to all these nations bordering us here. Wallachia, Serbia. We will make them Eyalets, I think. And the last thing I want to do is try to vassalize Fezzan. I think they will. I think it will be possible when we are going to conquer a bit more stuff, because when I annex Fezzan, I can maybe make Tunis my Eyalet. How much development do you have, Tunis? Can I see that somewhere? Over here. Well, right now we can vassalize Tunis, because they have less than 150 development. And that will be my plan. So let's also improve with Fezzan over here. But we're going to try to make Crimea our friend, Fezzan will be our friend, and France. And yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. It will really help the channel. And then in the next part, we are going to start playing. Hopefully see you there, and bye-bye.